So welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how to dimension, or rather draw a shaft. So if you look closely right here, they told us multiply by 1.5, meaning the measurements, all these measurements here, we're going to multiply them by 1.5. Maybe on your own you can decide to use a real measurement, but I was given here to use 1.5. That's multiply all the measurement by 1.5. So let's get started. So your A4 paper or your A2 paper or your A3 paper, whichever paper you're using, so you first of all get your borderline, which I've already drawn, then my title block, you can see it here. So for you to start, you should, or rather you will get the measurement, that's the remaining space from your title block here to your borderline here. You measure and know how many centimeter it is with your ruler. My own here is showing 14 centimeter, meaning the center is going to be 7 centimeter, which I've dotted it with a point here. Then you do the same at your left hand side, which I have noted here. Then you use your long ruler and with a faint line, so that even though you make a mistake, you can erase it and your work will still be neat. You can either use your set square or your T-square, which is the long ruler, and get your straight line. So me, I'm using my normal ruler, and with a faint line I am getting my straight line here. So that is it. So moving forward, we are going to get this distance from here to this place, which is the distance, which is the length of our whole diagram. The here is written 165, meaning, and also we are using 1.5. That's, we're multiplying everything by 1.5. So I will multiply this 165 by 1.5. So we're using our calculator. So 165 multiplied by 1.5, which is 247.5. And for you to get it in your ruler, you can just divide it by, that's 247.5 divided by 10. It's giving us 24.75. So use your ruler and measure and mark out 24.75. So we are marking it out. So you just mark out. So this is my 24.7 right here, 0.75. So you mark it out and also do the same. Yeah. So now you have marked it out. So you use your ruler or your T-square, whichever one you're using, and project it with a perpendicular line, that's up and down. Make sure it's straight. Then with a faint line also, make sure you're using faint line or you're projecting so that you can clean afterwards. You do the same here. Straight line. So you have marked out your main length of your diagram, which is this 165. But since we are using multiplication of 1.5, meaning you saw that we multiply 165 by 1.5, which gave us 247.5, which is 24.75, which we have marked out. So the next thing, you're going to mark out this from this length from here to this place, which is given to us by as 45. So, but we're going to multiply our own by 1.5. So 45 times 1.5, which is 67.5, divided by 10, which is 6.75. So from this place, we're going to mark out, from this place here, we're going to mark out 6.75 from this place to your right hand side. So using your ruler again, .75. So So this is my 6.7. So 6.75 is your in between your 6.7 and your 6.8. So this is my 6.75. So using a long ruler again, you project it to the fainted line. Also with on a perpendicular line, so you project it. So now you've gotten this distance from here to this place. So you also do the same from this 96, which is from this point to this point, but we are multiplying by 1.5. So we are going to do 96 multiplied by 1.5, which is going to give us 144 divided by 10, which is 14.4. So we're going to measure our 14.4 from this point here down to your right hand side. 14.4, which is CR 14.4 here. So you're going to dot it again with a point. Then you're going to project it to the faint line, up and down. Then you have gotten this 96, which is in our own is 144. So now we want to get our 13, and don't forget we are going to multiply by 1.5. So we're going to do 13 times 1.5, which will give us 19.5, and 19.5 is also the same thing. 19.5 is also the same thing as 1.95. So you're going to measure 1.95 with your ruler from this point to your right hand side. Also we measure 1.95. Make sure it's straight. So this is my 1.95. Also going to project it with a perpendicular line, which is a line that goes up and down, the faint line also. So you have gotten this your 13 now. So we're also going to get this our 38. Don't forget you multiply by 1.5. So we'll do 38 times 1.5, which gave us 57. So 57 is the same thing as 5.7. So from here you measure your 5.7. So this is my 5.7 here. Also with a perpendicular line, you project it now. You've gotten this point. So now for you to get from this point to this point, they did not give us, if you check it, they did not give us, but we know that from this point to this point is 96. So for you to get this point to this point, you add 38 points, 38 plus 13 minus it from this 96, and then you get this your from this point to this point. So you're going to do 38 plus 13, which will give us 51. So 51. So we'll do 96 minus 51, which is 45. Remember, you're multiplying by 1.5. So this 45 we got 45 times 1.5, which is 67.5. So we have gotten this point to this point as 7.5, which in our ruler is going to be 6.75. So we're going to measure from this point. So from this point to this point, we've gotten 6.75. So we're going to use your ruler and so you have gotten all your measurements. So now what's left for you to do now? What is left for you to do now is to start constructing, for you to start showing your working. So now we have gotten all our measurements. We have gotten our 45, 96, 13, 38. So it's for us to start projecting upward. So we are going to start from, let's start from this point. We are given that this measurement now means you can use any of them. This, you can use any of them. So now from this point to this point, it was given to us as 25.6 and 25.4. So we're going to use 25.6. Don't forget multiplying by 1.5. So we'll do, let's use 25.6. So 25.6 times 1.5 give us 38.4, which is 3.84. So 3.84, we're going to measure 3.84 from this our point right here. Measure 3.84 to our left hand side. So let's measure 3.84. So this is my 3.84, also with a dot. Then you also use a perpendicular line and mark it upward and down. Keep your ruler straight with a faint line. Now you've gotten this point from this, you've gotten from this place to this place. So now for you to get from this point to this point, they give it to us as 20. So we're going to measure, and don't forget our 20, you are going to multiply it by 1.5. So multiply 20 times 1.5, which is 30. And if you can look closely, you see there's a line dividing it at the center, which means you're going to give 15 here. From this point to this point is going to be 15, and from this point to this point is going to be 15, because a line is dividing them. So that means you give half here and you give half here. So since our value here is giving us 30 centimeter, we're going to give 15 here to this point and 15 here upwards, so which is 1.5 upward, 1.5 downward. So but first of all, we'll project this our former line. Let's project it a little bit so we can get our 1.5. So use a ruler and project 1.5 from the center downwards, 1.5 downwards, and also project from the up 1.5. Then you project it horizontally on a straight line. So this is my 1.5. So we also do the same up. So we have gotten this our point, this 1.5. So we're going to get this angle 45. So before you can get the angle 45, you need to measure this 3. This 3 they give us, and we're going to multiply 3 by 1.5 to get our own value, because we are multiplying everything by 1.5. So we'll do 3 times 1.5, which gives us 4.5, and 4.5 divided by 10 is 0.45. And since we are dividing it, because this line means we are dividing everything into half, so we'll do divided by 2, which gives us 0.225. And 0.225 means we are going to do 0.25 from here to this place. We measure 0.225, and from here to this place we measure 0.225. So let's measure 0.225. So this is my 0.225, and this also, and you come here also and measure 0.225. It's going to be in between 0.3 and 0.2. 0.225. So you now use your angle 45. Use your angle 45. Make sure the edge of your angle 45 degree is flushing with your borderline, so you can be able to get it. So if it's flushing, then you can draw with a faint line also. Then you also come and do the same thing to the down one. Make sure it's flushing. Make sure it's flushing with your borderline, which makes it straight. Then you also project. So you've gotten your angle 45 and we have joined it. So we're just going to go ahead and now draw a good line to join this point from up to this one that is down. Then you also do the same to this point. From this point to this point. So now you've gotten this shape, so you have gotten your angle 45. So you can also go ahead and draw the straight line that joins your angle 45 to your 20, but in our own we will multiply by 1.5, which gave us 30. So I'm also going to go ahead and join this line. So you also do the same down. So you can also join up. So now you've gotten this your first part, this is your first shape of the diagram. So now we want to get from the distance of this place to this place, and now they also give us two radius, or rather two diameters to use. So you can either use 25.412 or 25.388. So we're going to use 25.412. remember you will multiply everything by 1.5. so multiply 25.412 times 1.5 is giving us 38.118. So 38.118 divided by 10, which means our distance or our length from this point to this point is 3.8. So we'll measure 3.8. For you to get this point to this point, we're going to divide 3.8 into 2 to get divided by 2, which is 1.9. So we're going to be measuring from this center 1.9 upward and 1.9 downward. So we're going to measure from the center 1.9. So this is our 1.9. And also measure 1.9 from the center downwards, and this is our 1.9. So we use a fence line and draw a horizontal line. So make sure it's straight. So a fence line, you draw a horizontal line, and also draw a horizontal line downwards. Make sure you keep it straight. Horizontal line. So now you can join those points together from here to this point. You join them together and also join the down part. So now you can join the two lines together. So now you've gotten this length from here to this place. So with this our fence line, we're also going to measure this place. They give us the diameter to be 38. Remember, we're multiplying everything by 1.5. So we'll multiply 38 times 1.5, which gives us 57. So we're going to divide 57, that's 5.7. So we divide 5.7 divided by 2, 2.85. So we're going to be measuring 2.85. Wait, first of all, you draw your line. Let's first of all draw our line so we can be able to move forward. So we join this our line and also join this line. Then you can now go ahead and join this line together. So now we got 2 points. Let's go back to the calculation. We want to get the length from here to this place, and it was given to us with a diameter of 38. And remember, we're multiplying everything by 1.5, so we multiply 38 multiplied by 1.5, which is 57, and 57 is the same thing as 5.7. So you cannot just go and draw 5.7. So we'll divide 5.7 divided by 2, which is 2.85. So we're going to be drawing 2.85 from the center. We will measure 2.85 from this center upwards and 2.85 downwards. So we'll measure 2.85. So this is my 2.85. Should be in between 2.8 and 2.9. That's where your 2.85 is. So this is my 2.85. So use a dot line. You dot it. So this is my 2.85. Also measure it downward. So from the center, measure 2.85. So this is my 2.85 also downward. So now you go ahead and join them. Join it up and also join it down. So for you to go ahead with diagram, you will go ahead and project it with a horizontal line, with a faint line. Don't remember everything you're doing, do it in a faint line so that you can clean the ones you don't need and your work will still be neat. So you go ahead and project it with in a horizontal line. Project it right. Alright. Also project the one up with a faint line. So now this is the line we have drawn before, so I'm just trying to make it elongate it so we can get our measured so now this point you have gotten, that's this point, so you join it with this one. So you can go ahead and join it with a bold, make it bold because you have gotten the measurement already. In a straight line, you join it. You also do the same thing down. Join it. Now you can see you are making progress. You have gotten this shape, and this shape. So let's go ahead and join it downward so we can get a complete shape. So now I've gotten 3 of our shapes. So now we want to go ahead and get this one. So now this one, they gave us the diameter to be 32. Don't also forget we are multiplying everything by 1.5. So we'll do 32 32 times 1.5, which is 48, and 48 divided by 2, that's 24. So we'll do, that's 24. So we'll from this point measure 24 to this point, and also from this point measure 24 downwards. So from this point now we'll measure 2.4. So this is our 2.4. We measure it, the dot, put a dot that you can see so you can be able to draw your line. And also from the center you measure 2.4 downwards. 2.4, this is my 2.4. So you project it also with a faint line. Also project this one with a faint line. So now you can go ahead and join these two lines together, because this at this their point of intersection. You can go ahead and join them together at this point. Also join it up. Go ahead and also join this part. And you see you've gotten this one, this one, this one, and this one. So it's remaining this large part, and they gave the diameter to be 22. We're also multiplying it by 1.5, so we'll do 22 times 1.5, which is 33, and 33 divided by 2 is 16.5. 16.5 is the same thing as 1.65. So you measure 1.65 from this point upwards, you measure 1.65, and also from this point downwards, measure 1.65. So let's measure 1.65. So let's measure 1.65 downwards. 1.65. So this is my 1.65. Also do the same upwards. .65. So you also project it with a faint line. Project this one upward with also a faint line. So now I can go ahead and join their point of intersection, which is at this point. This is my point of intersection. So you join it from left to the right. So you can also join it up. Join it up. Also join it here too. Please, if you're finding this video helpful, please click on the comment and say something nice, and also hit the subscribe button to subscribe for more videos. So you join this point to this point. See, now you've gotten this shape. So far so good, we are making progress. So now we want to get from here to this point, and before you can get there, we have to get this one from here to here. We have to get it first, and they are giving us that from this point to this point is 3. Remember, we are multiplying everything by 1.5, so multiply 3 times 1.5 is giving us as 4.5. The same thing as 0.45 or 0.5 if you want to approximate. So you measure out 0.5 from this point, that's from this point to your right hand side. Make sure it's straight. You measure out 0.5, 0.5. Then you also measure out 0.5 from this point. So now you've gotten this distance from here to here, so you can go ahead and project it with a perpendicular line, but let it be fence line, so you can clean the remaining that you're not using, and go ahead and project it. So now we want to get the remaining diagram. So now if you look up here, they gave us 16. 16 is distance from this place to this place. They gave us as 16, and this distance from this place they gave us as 2. Remember, we're multiplying everything by 1.5, so we first get distance from here to this place, and it was given to us as 16. So since we are multiplying 16 times 1.5, it's giving us as 24. And remember that we're dividing it, so we'll divide this 24 by 2, which is 12. So we'll measure out 1.2 from the center and go upward, and also measure 1.2 from the center and go down. So we'll measure 1.2 from the center. This is my 1.2, and this is also my 1.2. So I've gotten my 1.2, so project with a fence line. Also project up with a fence line. So now we have gotten our length from here to this place, which is 16, and we multiply by 1.5, which gave us our own length. So now we are going further to get this inner length, which is given to us as 2, but we multiply by 1.5, which is 3. So we're going to measure and cut out 0.3 outside. So we'll measure out 0.3 from here, 0.3. and also measure out 0.3. So you do the same up and down. So from this point, measure out 0.3, and you also measure out 0.3 upward. This is 0.3. So now you can go ahead and join. You can use a fence line first and join this line to this point. And now you can join this line to this line. Keep it straight and join them together. Do the same down. Then you can join this point to this point. The fence line. Then since you measure 0.3 from here to here, you also do the same at your left hand side. So we measure and mark out 0.3. You also do the same here, 0.3. Then use your ruler the fence line and mark out 0.3. Also do the same using the fence line and mark out 0.3. So now I've gotten this shape. So now I want to get this curve, and we are given here with a radius of 2, and if you also multiply by 1.5, it will give you a radius of 3, and radius of 3 in your ruler is 0.3. so you're going to use your compass and measure out 0.3. So this is my ruler and this is my compass, so I'll measure out 0.3. so this is my 0.3. so you from this your point, you strike an arc, put at this ending point, also strike an arc. Then at the point of intersection, make sure you're seeing your point of intersection. Then at the point of intersection, you join together. You can see we are getting the arc. So you do the same. Put your point here, strike an arc here, put your compass here, also strike an arc. So at the point of intersection here, you join. I'm trying to use my compass to make it bold, so you can do the same to yours. So now you can see we have gotten the arc, and I guess that's the end. Okay, remember you have not joined this point, so you join this point to this point. And also join this point to this point. Do the same up. So now you can see we have successfully dimensioned and constructed a shaft using a measurement that is multiplied by 1.5. so maybe on your own you can use the main measurement, but since they gave us this measurement to be multiplied by 1.5, and this is what we got, so you can use your eraser now and clean the unnecessary parts you don't need. That's your fence line, so your work can be neat, and then you do your dimensions. So now you have successfully drawn the shaft. So if you find this video helpful, also please say something nice in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell to be able to be notified when we drop a new video. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you next time.